So here's a story that absolutely made my blood boil over the last few days. On Thursday evening, following Vice President Kamala Harris's speech at the DNC, which of course was viewed by 22% more people than Trump's corresponding acceptance speech at the RNC. Let's never forget that, because that gets under Trump's skin. But CNN held a focus group with what they called undecided voters. 8 people live reacting to Harris's speech. None of us know who we're going to vote for. We're up in the air. We can't make decisions. And 7 of the 8 of the people on that undecided voter panel gave Harris either an A or B rating, typical school grades, on her speech. And the majority of them said they were very moved by it. They liked her speech. It was better than Trump's. So you got 7 out of 8 people that just loved what Kamala Harris had to say. And now they're leaning towards her. But there was one bit of a tougher nut to crack, right? This undecided voter by the name of Bryant Rosado said that he gives her a C+ on the speech, but added she wasn't clear enough on the policy. She did speak a lot of her personal history on her personal history, which was great, but I still don't feel like she's ready. I feel like more so she should wait. I don't want to personally vote for someone that's a backup. And then a few moments later, he raised his hand to speak again, and he said, you know what? I'm now voting for Trump. He said, her speech was great. I like how she went into personal history again. It was just not moving for me. And then CNN host Gary Tushman said, but it made you think that Trump's a better candidate than her. And he said, he's here for it. He's a little bit more aggressive. She's aggressive in her way, but I think she'll be aggressive in the next term. And Tushman said, so Trump over Harris for you. Okay, so Harris was able to win over 7 out of the 8 undecided voters. This is still pretty good. There's just a problem. A problem that CNN should have been able to detect prior to holding this focus group, but instead this problem had to be uncovered by none other than the good folks over at MeidasTouch. Because it turns out that Mr. Bryant Rosado is in fact not an undecided voter at all. He is actually a rabid Trump supporter and has been for years, to the point where on January 6, 2021, the day of the Capitol riot, when it was announced that Mike Pence would not be going along with Donald Trump's plan to overturn the election results, Mr. Rosado himself posted on social media in response to that story, SMH, which means shaking my head. So this guy, this so-called undecided voter that CNN, I guess, just randomly found on the internet, was mad that Donald Trump's coup plan failed because Mike Pence didn't go along with it. But yeah, let's call him an undecided voter. And MeidasTouch did much more than just find that. I mean, they went through this guy's entire online life. And everything he does, everything he posts, politically speaking, is pro-Trump, anti-Democrat. Here's some of them. On Twitter, Rosado retweeted Trump's mugshot multiple times. The retweet of Donald Trump's post of the mugshot contained a link to Trump's website, which redirected to a fundraising page. Rosado also reposted Elon Musk's quote tweet of the mugshot post. He retweeted Don Jr.'s mugshot post as well, which said, quote, "Hey, Deep State, he's coming for you. See you on January 20th, 2025. Rosado has other pro-Trump social media posts. In 2022, Rosado tagged Elon Musk in a tweet asking to, quote, "bring back Trump and make Twitter great again." In October of 2022, Rosado again asked for Elon Musk to, quote, "bring back Trump." In another tweet on the same day, he again pleaded with Elon Musk to please bring back Donald Trump. He also retweeted Trump's account using the hashtag MAGA. He reposted Eric Trump's I Heart Goya tweet after the CEO of the company associated himself with Trump. He follows Trump, Don Jr., and Candace Owens from his real estate business account. He indicated his disappointment in Vice President Mike Pence, as I discussed. Rosado has attacked and amplified attacks on Joe Biden. In April 2020, Rosado replied Trump 2020 to Joe Biden tweet saying, "Our planet cannot afford 4 more years of Donald Trump." He also reposted a video of Tucker Carlson discussing the MAGA Republican use of the FJB and "Let's Go Brandon" phrases used by Trump supporters to attack Biden. They found all this out after just a few hours of research. CNN could have done the same. And honestly, it may not have even taken them hours to do this. If the guy posts a lot, yes, I see why it would take a while. But his entire social media feed, going back for years, is pro-Trump. He is a Trump supporter. And according to this, again, very rabid Trump supporter. And for the record, I only took a small highlight of everything that MeidasTouch found about this guy. You can, go to their website and see the rest of it, because it's absolutely mind-blowing that CNN tried to pull the wool over people's eyes and claim that this guy was somehow an undecided voter. I have no problem if CNN wants to go out there and hold a focus group or a panel or do interviews with people who are Harris supporters or Trump supporters or, Jill Stein supporters. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when you put a fake package on it and sell that fake product to the American public. Because let me also point this out. It's not just that CNN did this and this guy was like, no, I'm leaning Trump over Harris now. Trump's campaign picked up on that segment and they put it out on social media too. So they were hyping up this guy, trying to say that Trump's winning over undecided voters, which of course is not true, but it leads other undecided voters to think that, maybe I missed something. Maybe I should pay more attention. Maybe Trump's not that bad. And it's all because CNN is the worst cable news network out there, because they are the ones who attempt to be, we're not left, we're not right, we're not biased in any way. Look at how good we are. We're not picking a side. You're just lying to people. You're confusing them, and you're doing it intentionally. You cannot convince me that nobody on that CNN staff looked at this guy's social media. No effing way. I say that as somebody that has done national television. When I get told who the people I'm going to be on the panel with or whatever, what the first thing I do? I go and I look at their Twitter account. Back when I was booking guests for Ring of Fire, you know what I would do? I would go through and look at their social media accounts. I would look at other articles they had written. You do a very quick check just to see, okay, what does this person think? What do they say? If they end up on this topic, what are they going to say about it? Have they mentioned it in the past? It's part of the job of a producer to know who you're putting on the air. So either these producers were grossly negligent and didn't bother to look at this guy's backstory, or they looked at it, decided not to say anything to anyone, and put him on the air anyway, labeling him an undecided voter when he has clearly been an ardent Trump supporter for years and years. That is despicable. That is downright, dare I use the word, deplorable. But that is what CNN has been reduced to as they try to not show favor towards either side. And in doing so, they're showing clear favor towards Donald Trump and his supporters. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.